We've been giving a lot of love over to EU here on Locked In for our match of the week, and there's a reason for that. The skill gap has closed quite significantly over towards our top teams, with Virtus Pro losing out on not one, but 2 weeks in a row up against Abrahams. In North America, we see something similar happening. Melee Creeps and Hydra Nation were the two top teams for such a long time in NA, but we do have a newcomer, Valhalla, on their 5th repeat appearance in DFN, closing that gap up against Hydra Nation, and that's why it's our match of the week. Sitting at the 9-minute mark, Valhalla managed to get an early 5k lead and looked to extend it with a big play on middle, only for Hydra Nation to turn it around and keep the lead from getting out of hand.
Find Vegas trying to get away. Oh, gets the parry, but it's not going to be enough. Goes
Double
down, but
parry.
it gets scout killed. Hydration is there, so the parry, it's the legacy of Vegas. Sets up Hydration for 2. One parry changing the deal. Ava form up and over. Now rotation on the other side.
And finally, Hydra Nation, they just get one opportunity. Vegas hits a couple of sick parries. They completely turn that mid lane gank attempt around.
Hydration manages to get a turn in on the first turn and picks up the second. With Rocane and Leffa pushing Doom multiple times in the right-hand lane, Valhalla overcommit players to kill Rocane, and Hydra Nation get the earn turn in, while Valhalla respond with a Walker take in the right.
Slow things down in this. Maybe they still get the earn in, but they're going to be losing a Walker for this. I mean, this is a long time losing that turn in, slowing things down. Some defensive pressure here coming in on the mid lane, and Lasso just not quite available here for Scout, but maybe just chasing down Vindicta anyway. Barrier forced, has a lot of these barrel bombs. You got to be careful, Vindicta. You were gonna get nuked down by this, and now, yeah, no parry, easy pickup, and just a little explosive on the body. Calico caught, punished, killed.
Valhalla managed to get a rejuve off the last fight and an earned turn in. A fight breaks out on the left side of the map, allowing Hydra Nation to get 2 kills and allow a push to come out of the Hydras that snowballs into a disgusting comeback.
Looking for the opportunity to set this up in Hydra Nation's favor. They get the jump now on the DMB, or they only get DMB. Super low, the punish is there. Fish Cake on the execute, going for another one. Stone form, barely gonna save Ivy, but not for long. Poppers on the finish. And back-to-back fights now, Jake, where Hydra Nation, via sneaky rotations, generates 2 pickoffs, and this time around, there's no rejuvenators, so they're gonna get way more on the map from that exchange.
Yeah, maybe even the mid walker on the menu. Big flank from Mo, trying to go for a combo on somebody. Maybe forced out of this one, though. Can't really get into the connection at all. Maybe doesn't. I think the follow-up is there, just trying to clear what waves he can, but this walker is going down and the damage is there for Hydra Nation. They're looking to snowball this lead even further, and they're getting just that. Valhalla crumbling right now.
It's Valhalla fumble is what we're seeing right now. I mean, Hydra Nation turning one good pickoff into another. It's stagger upon stagger, and Valhalla is simply lucky to an extent that mid boss isn't up and available here, because his turnaround is kind of unreal.
After Lord and M got taken out by a copied combo, Valhalla were able to respawn with a kill onto Vegas, lead them to force a 5v5 fight.
Sustained to keep going into this fight.
I think once the last stand is out, you also need to be out at this point. You're not going to have the power otherwise. Scout, again, really low. Chased on down. Last stand, long gone. Valhalla no longer having the punching power here to stay in here. Unless they're able to take down one of the low HP heroes. Hydration, super low, is going to get taken on down. But the rest of Hydra Nation, way more enforced than Valhalla, and Fish Cake willing to just eat up the scraps at the very end. And now, okay, you got DMB back in the fight, but there's no last stand here. You got 3 members of Hydra Nation. It's not really a fight you want to stick around in if you're warded.
Hydra Nation managed to get up to a 40k lead 37 minutes in and turn towards the rejuve. Valhalla decided to make the move and try to contest it, knowing they can't stop a siege on their base once again.
Big positioning advantage here for Hydra Nation. Only 5 players alive. The connection is good. Hydra Nation, they grab the rejuve. Valhalla, they've got to slip out of this one, or maybe somehow get a team wipe. But Hydra Nation, the players are so incredibly strong. Shiv, just immortal here, standing and delivering into the Warden ulti, still healthy, still high HP, even dodges away from the trap. A lot of kills do come in, though. 4 for 4 now. Leffa, though, still alive, still a little bit healthy. And when Infernus starts turning this one around, starts bringing the aggression, it's gonna be a problem even for DMB's Warden, and the game slips away from Valhalla. Picked a kind of an early game snowball draft, and I think they kind of had to keep pressing that advantage, but they were a little uncertain about sieging that mid lane walker. And Hydra Nation, they were able to prey on that.
Valhalla got off to a massive start, getting League and Scout far ahead of the rest of the team. 10 minutes in, we see Zerbsy running the urn across the map and Hydra Nation contesting.
Time right now, they just want to run in the urn. Ivy drops the urn under pressure. Leffa does get their time, the concussive combustion. Guardian gonna go down to turn, be able to punish Poppers. Still not the worst fights going on here for Valhalla across the map. Up one right now. Leffa, meanwhile, having the run. Maybe a target of Assassinate doesn't hit, but Scout is there for the fall through regardless. Urn still available here. Valhalla making this fight theirs, stabilizing when Hydra Nation was about to equalize in full. Now, take a look at Vindicta right now in a decent spot. Urn about to be picked back up again.
Scout so strong, very healthy still. The trap came in onto Hydration, does get a parry off, but it feels like he is caught dead to rights here.
With Valhalla throwing 3 players in the right lane to counter gank and using the Urn to split push, the rest of Hydra Nation contest the Urn knowing they have the advantage.
He was otherwise hunting it down, and DMB's power level going to be way lower for the rest of the fight. Meanwhile, other end of the map, Vegas and Poppers connecting over here. Vegas able to plan on the league. Ivy airdrop looking for any way away. Zerbzy 180 HP, absolutely under the gun. Rokane looking for the last few hits.
Lord NM is strong. He's fighting this one out well. He's not getting too much attention on him. Big Death Slam comes in though, started to turn his fight around. Where's the damage? It's on to Lord NM, and it's a 3-for-3 across the map. However, Valhalla, they were fighting around an objective elsewhere on the map. So this Urn steal from Fishcake is going to be able to get dunked in, but I think this is going to be potentially a set of base Guardians going down here very early for Valhalla. They are low though. This is getting a little bit sketchy. I mean, they're pretty tanky at this phase of the game.
Valhalla managed to use mid-boss as a bait, getting 4 kills turning towards the fight after the Screech. As they go for the push, the Hydra show they can still be down 20k and have a good fight to get them back in the game.
A distraction and crimes of opportunity at best. Also, meanwhile, Lasso, huge stake. Yeah, what in the world? 5-man stake in from League. His fall through going to be there. Hydra Nation right now actually still completely okay. 2 ends up going down. The fall through is not there despite the massive stake. And Fishcake getting some cleanup. Is history about to repeat itself here again Jake?
Hydra Nation start running out of options though as they push out of the base trying to catch Valhalla running the Urn, but the only thing they caught was a game 3.
As for Hydra Nation, they're getting active on the map, but Hydration is just nuked. Big ulti comes down, but these are some tanky characters who can actually tolerate it. And Fishcake sent out of the fight completely solo, getting ticked down. Hydration trying to get what they can, but so many of the players have had to already retreat. And DMB now just got the ultimate online. Hydra Nation, this is going to be backbreaking.
It's going to be map 3 is what it's going to be. They're at stage 2 Patron. You got 3 members down. You got yourself a lead on top of it. You took down the raid boss in Luffa and Valhalla. They hold it together. They don't let history repeat itself. They're going to walk on forward. They're going to take down the Patron. And they're going to bring us to a map 3. The night will not be over so easily this time around for Hydra Nation.
Game 3 had started off much differently for a few players in particular. Vegas and Rokane were able to dominate the mid lane, getting a tower 5 minutes in and open up multiple objectives with their rotations. First turn goes towards Hydra Nation, and we tune in for the second.
Seismic Slam over in Hydration. First one in. Tanky, but not that tanky. The focus fire just rips him apart. There and in the moment. 1 up now is Valhalla. DMB a little bit low. No last stand up in the fight. May not matter. Scout able to get the turn in. And Hydra Nation not really able to turn that to their advantage. They get DMB towards the very end, but give up the Urn and turn. And just like that, we are back to even here, Jake. But they are going to get the Walker as a bit of a trade.
Yeah, Luffa gets the Walker and tries to double down for more. Goes in deep with the concussive combustion. Oh, but there's so many players here that can all support each other into this. Leffa is trying to like 1v3. So many parries. Leffa going God mode, still kills League. Surely that's all he can find, but I mean, he's done enough, hasn't he?
After Leffa's hero play from the last fight getting a Walker, him and Rokane open up another Walker to be taken while Rokane travels on over for the team fight Urn.
Onto the Paradox, get the kill, and more souls into the bank account. Rokane's instantly TPing over, by the way, to the other side of the map. They want to win on 2 fronts at once.
Yeah, they drop the Death Slam, clear things out here near the Urn, drops on down, looking here for the Ivy. And Zerbzy, very, very low. Meanwhile, switching gears here, you see the focus fire on the Hydration. Hydration, though, standing strong, super tanky. The importance of having a farmed Abram. Zerbzy finally going to go down. And Hydra Nation continuing the hold over here near the Urn turn in. Urn going to be picked up by Hydration and likely turned in, so they're going to funnel even more souls.
By pushing up the lanes for the Urn turn in, Hydra Nation goes straight for a rejuve. And just like in game 1, they start to snowball the kills into bigger advantages, taking multiple kills and opening up the base once again.
No, they do not. Hydra Nation gets the secure. It was walking into a den of vipers for Valhalla. They lose Scout here, and they might be losing even more. Lord NM gonna get caught. They went for the contest here, Jake, and it does not end well at all.
And a den of vipers not known for being something you can easily walk out of. Hydra Nation now on the chase down, looking to turn this successful team fight into a mid-walker. Leffa being a bit patient, but he's so tanky now. He's got that spirit resilience now, gonna become a problem. Stolen Warden ulti as well, just adding more pressure to the siege from Proppers. And Valhalla, they're too low to fight this. They just need to go back to the base and take the reset. Leva wants to even go for kills. They're going past the walker. I don't think you're going to be ready for this.
With Hydra Nation on the doorstep to victory, Valhalla try to make a last stand, knowing most of the big ultimates are no longer there.
And they're fighting so well together. DMB comes out with the ultimate. The last stand for Valhalla.
Literally and figuratively is DMB here at the last stand, and sure, it's forcing Brocane a little bit back, but the last stand is over. The Rabbit Hex comes
so many
on in,
buddies.
pretty massive from Poppers, sets the stage. The follow-through is going to be there for Brocane, and Poppers right on after, turned in the Rabbits and sent back to spawn. Hydra Nation, another 5 kills and another championship going to be heading their way. They take down first stage Patron, and in this case, Jake, I think you stay.
Yeah, I don't even think there's any hope for Valhalla. They're not going to be up in time. Patron drop comes in. Hydra Nation, another statement victory for them against a resurgent Valhalla, another team that really stepped up, I think, this week and showed some of the best Deadlock they've played yet. It just wasn't enough. Hydra Nation, they got the comfort picks. They got Lefa and Rocane onto these crazy late game skilling potential.
We're starting to see that potential out of Valhalla maybe coming the top team in NA for the first time. And we can see that grind has really worked out for them as a team. And that skill gap we initially had back in NA with Hydra Nation taking 12 weeks in a row in DFN is no longer there. But that's going to wrap it up for our match of the week for DFN number 29. Make sure you guys like and subscribe here to Locked In, and we'll see you next time.